The 2-year project to replace the cameras in the TV studio is ending. 3 new Canon CR N500 4K PTZ cameras, pan-tilt zoom cameras, including new cabling and pedestal mounts, were delivered and installed in early May. Each camera has a front-facing talent monitor, and one of the cameras has also been outfitted with a teleprompter. As part of the project, the 15-year-old compact fluorescent bulbs in the TV studio lighting were replaced as well. The makeshift stage was permanently removed, and both studio and control rooms were completely cleaned out and have their floors cleaned and waxed. The equipment in the control room was rewired, the audio mixer was replaced, and an area rug was installed to help protect the floor. There are still a few cosmetic things left to complete, but all in all, we are pleased with the progress to date. We may want to consider getting an additional matching pan-tilt zoom camera that could be used when needed in the studio for larger events or for field production work. The video editing computers that were purchased for use by Jeff and Pete in 2019 are nearing the end of their 5-year service life. These computers get continuous use almost daily, and we would like to purchase new editing graphic design systems for Dan, Jeff, and Pete. The 2 current computers would be repurposed to be used as the public editing computers in the lobby. Those computers that are now 10 years old are limiting the program updates for several pieces of software, including current Adobe Suite programs and Vegas Pro editing software. More recently, the computers have been completely freezing during routine editing tasks, forcing hard system reboots. One of the systems has been unable to successfully perform an update to Windows 11. Mid-range editing systems of the type we would need are running close to $5,000 each. We have been very busy recently, but we hope to bring you a more concrete number in today. And actually, Pete's got the numbers. I apologize. I'm not really sure. When he comes back, he can give you those details. The Alliance for Community Media will be holding their national conference later this month in Boston. It is a unique opportunity to have the event so close and within driving distance. Seminars include driving new revenue streams, free speech and empowerment in community media, legal, legislative, and FCC updates, reaching younger audiences with sports coverage, state legislative solutions, creating local news operations, and the potential benefits of regionalization and the use of AI and access. If anyone is interested in looking at the full list of seminars and events, we can get you a copy. All right, I'll just go into Pete's thing.
Please do.
Do you want to go? Sure.
Dan Young, National Community Media. I'll take the place of Pete this morning. Pete has included, or we've included on ETV, a list of the programming accomplishments, which everybody can read, but just to highlight a couple, in March, which seems like such a long time ago now, we did a bunch of live basketball. We recorded several ION educations, including one in particular with Lisa Gingras, the athletic coordinator for Nashua High North and South. She chatted about something that we'll talk about a little bit later, which is the Nashua Athletics Hall of Fame. April, one of the key ones was the live coverage of the Nashua School District budget public hearing at Nashua High North. In May, as you can see, we did a lot of sports, some playoff games. We recorded a Loyalty Day ceremony at the Nashua Senior Activity Center, and with some of our partner stations through the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, we were able to help record joint games between Bishop Girton and Bedford. We do a lot with Exeter as well when either Exeter comes to town or when Exeter or when one of our teams goes out to Exeter. We carry their coverage, they carry our coverage. We help each other through everything. And also in May, we recorded the Nashua Community College 2025 spring commencement and the Battle of the Bridge baseball game, which announced the inductees into the National Athletics Hall of Fame, the following Sunday, we then recorded the Hall of Fame ceremony itself. And then this week, we've also recorded and live streamed the Nashua High South and Nashua High North graduation ceremonies on it. And it was a late night last night, but when we got back, our Teleview server, which is our playback server, allows us to look at a couple of numbers now, which Comcast doesn't provide. And looking at those numbers for the Nashua High South graduation, and this is only on the live stream off of the city website, we had a total number of views of 942 with 489 viewers. North received 894 total views with 450 viewers, ranging as far as New Zealand, India. We had a lot of viewers in the Dominican Republic and the islands area. And then I just took a quick look back, and for the Nashua Community College graduation, which was also the same night as the Battle of the Bridge baseball, so these two numbers combined, we had a total of 628 total views with 306 viewers, which to me those numbers are big. And it's nice to see numbers of physical viewers. And I'm just going to also say that last night at the Nashua High North graduation, I was wearing my ETV shirt, and a couple stopped me and thanked us for the airing their grandson's basketball games that they watched. They were down in Leicester, Mass, and they were very happy that we do that as well. And now I'm rambling, so there we go. I played the part of Pete.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Johnson, with part of the report touched on the editing suites.
Yes.
And Mr. Painert said that you had some updated pricing on that?
Correct. So we asked the IT department what it would cost for them to actually build us computers. So what we were looking at in that $5,000 number, I believe Jeff mentioned, was direct pre-built computers from Dell that they list as for editing purposes. I just spoke with them, and looks like they believe they could do it for $6,000 with, everything brand new, including widescreen monitors, which we don't currently have either. So.
All right. Moving on, the next item on the agenda is
Chair?
Alderman Jettie.
So, Before you move on, I have a couple of
Sure.
questions. So Mr. Painter talked about in the paragraph entitled Studio Camera Replacement Project Update. The last sentence says, "We may want to consider getting an additional matching PTZ
Pan-tilt zoom.
camera that could be used when needed in the studio for larger events or for field production work." So I'm trying to imagine what kind of larger events would occur in the studio that would require this camera?
Well, I'm not so sure about the studio, but certainly field production it would be. I mean, the way I look at it, this would be more for field production, because, yeah, we don't have a very big studio. But there could be, some events where we were pointing the camera, back to the back of the studio, and we would need something like that. But it wouldn't be very normal, wouldn't be something we'd use a lot.
I can give a little bit of an example. the public access is currently producing a music show, and they bring a band in, and the band, you could set a PTZ camera within the group there and be able to get different types of shots of a band. We've had bands in there occasionally. Sometimes we need that area. Since there's no longer a stage, we do have more area on the floor, and we could do like a small debate or something of that nature in the studio as well. So
Okay.
I think we've been very happy with the new cameras, and when you look at them compared to the old PTZ, which we've had there for 6 years now, the first one we got, that's what we're using for remote productions. It's just a night and day difference between the good Canon camera and sort of the, cheaper ones that we bought, basically for meeting coverage. It's the same as we have in this room here, which is fine for aldermanic meetings, but, get out and, you want to have as good a camera as possible, especially in low light situations and such.
Okay, thank you. Can you remind me again what PTZ means?
Stands for point tilt zoom. So the camera itself, like these that you see on the wall, somebody's controlling them from a different room, and they're able to maneuver the camera left and right, up and down, and also zoom in and out from another room. So when you're watching a meeting in this room, you might notice that you're on camera at one point in time. It switches to Mr. Sanada, and then could switch back over to me. And each time there's a switch, you could maybe come out to a two-shot or the whole desk here. So that's how you see all the different views that you see when you watch a meeting, so.
Okay, thank you. And I have another question, if I could.
Certainly.
So in the report, we were given, you were talking about the going back and seeing how many people looked at a program.
Yep.
And you gave us two numbers.
Sure.
So what are those two numbers? What's the difference between?
That is a very good question. Dan Young, Nashua Community Media. I'm under the impression that viewers is individual people viewing the show. So in this case, South, 489 viewers, did a total number of 942 views, which sounds to me, and this is research that I need to do, or that we need to do, it sounds to me like 489 people tuned in and at some point tuned out, but then that same person tuned back in again. So maybe they lost a network connection, maybe they saw that, oh, we're only at the A's and my kid is in the Z's, or my grandson or whoever. That's kind of the impression that I got from it. And it's something that I need to do a little bit more research to find out. But I think for me, the big number is the viewers at 489
Okay.
for those. So hopefully that answers.
I don't know an answer to that question specifically, but in looking at last year's YouTube statistics for people that watched on YouTube after the fact, both graduations were at about 1,000 viewers on YouTube. And obviously we have no information as how many watch on Comcast, which, there's still a large number of Comcast subscribers in Nashua, so.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Maserich.
Nick Miserich. I have a question for Mr. Painter. For the Community Media National Conference, are you planning, or any of your staff planning on attending?
Yes, we all are going to attend, although I may not be able to because of personal family things, because it's happening in the second week that I might be out in California for my daughter's operation.
All right, thank you.
I did not get a chance yet to create that list. I was hoping of the events at the conference, I will try to get that out to the group this afternoon. If Mr. Painter isn't able to go, we're already past the deadline that you could get your money back, but maybe anyone from the committee that might be interested in going down for a day and seeing what happens, sort of on our side of the world, I think it would be a great experience, and certainly be willing to bring somebody down with us if they're interested in seeing that. It's a great time to go and see what others are doing in the field of community access television.
All right, thank you. All right, Nashua Public Television report.
Thank you. Bob Bartis on behalf of Nashua Public Television. During the last quarter, we programmed and played over 2,800 shows. 382 of that 2,800 were first run or first aired shows. There were 21 live events that were presented on Channel 6. We continue to operate the live cameras throughout the city that we have had now for a year or 2 years now between Nashua River, Chamber of Commerce, the Arts Center, the library, Senior Center, entrance to Mines Falls, and north and south views on Main Street. In addition, we've added a camera during the last quarter to capture the mural painting at 14 Court Street. We thank American Legion for allowing us to gain access to the building, put the camera up, and be able to have that mural viewed 24/7 as that was painted on the backside of 14 Court Street. The live events that we've had this past quarter included the Nashua Fire Rescue Promotion Ceremony, Nashua Police Cone with a Cop, the VFW Loyalty Day, the Memorial Day Parade. We covered some ward meetings that Mayor Donchis attended. There was some timing and personnel conflicts with the government channel, so public access was able to cover those while government channel was covering budget meetings and such here in this building. So those were covered along with United Way functions and some Chamber of Commerce events. And Nashua Community Media as a collective whole, we continue to do quarterly lunch and learns with Mr. Johnson, Dan Young, myself. We go, and then the last quarterly meeting was hosted in Merrimack, and there were 10 other towns or cities that participated. So it's an opportunity to meet and hear what other towns and cities are doing. They showcase a town. They have some guest speakers come in. So it also brings us together in the Hillsborough, Merrimack, and Rockingham County public access channels to see what's all going on. Submitted.
All right, thank you. Let's, excuse me. There's no old business on the agenda, so moving on to new business. There is a request for editing computer discussion and approval. Is there, let's start off with a motion, then we'll have discussion of the motion. Would anyone like to make the motion to approve the purchase of the editing computers?
I guess it would be a not-to-exceed amount of $6,000.
Okay, at a price of not to exceed $6,000.
And that's for how many?
3.
That would be for 3, yeah.
So 3 for 6,000 or 6,000 each?
No, all 3 for $6,000.
Okay, oh, all right.
Mr. Miservich,
Nick Miservich, I move to approve the purchase of 3 additional PCs not to exceed $6,000.
there is a motion. Any discussion? Alderman Jettie.
I'd like to hear more about you talked about buying it from Dell would cost $5,000, but our IT department could build them themselves for $6,000.
Mr. Miservich may be able to answer that question a little bit better. In general, the ones that we had prior that were done 5 years ago were also built by the IT department. So we basically order the computer parts, which are, less expensive than going through Dell. Nick, maybe you could explain a little better.
Sure, no problem. Nick Miservich. What happens is we purchase the individual components that the team wants, as opposed to ordering a prepackaged item that's provided by a manufacturer. So they get, the exact components they want, so it might be a better video card than what Dell offers, or it might be an additional item that Dell didn't offer. So it just, we order the parts independently and then assemble it and get it ready for the staff.
Alderman Jettie.
So even though it costs more, we'd end up with better products?
More tailored for what we're doing, so specifically tailored, so, there are some items on it that we need for certain programs to run properly. Most things don't use card readers anymore, internal card readers, but we need card readers to be able to, look at the camera cards that come in when people come back from an event. So, camera card readers, not much, but those types of things aren't being built into computers anymore. He said, they said it was actually difficult to get new ones, the card readers, but, so it's more tailored for what we need as opposed to a general computer, which you're buying from Dell.
Mr. Painter?
Jeff Painter. No, I just want to say, Mr. Micevich's IT department, you built the ones we've got now, and they've been flawless through all these years, and they service them. If something did happen or something like that, we can go right to them. So it's been really good as far as that goes, the partnership.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? And we'll move the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion passes. All right, we're back to public comment. Still no members of the public present. So remarks by members. Would anyone like to make any remarks?
I'll just say that, starting next week, we'll have replays on the channel for the graduations. We did 3 graduations this week. We also went and did the Brentwood Academy yesterday as well, so.
All right, thank you.
Also,
Mr.
one
Painter.
thing, we will be covering Flag Day events tomorrow.
Terrific. Any other remarks? If not, is there a final motion?
Motion to adjourn?
There's a motion to adjourn. No discussion on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.